So Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and the Maritime Aquarium in Norwalk is celebrating in more ways than one. The Chocolate World Expo is back in town there on Sunday, January 26th, and there's a special guest making an appearance this year. Joining me is Mentalist Marc Salem. Marc, when I say mentalist, you're kind of a mind reader, would you say?
I'm a thought reader. Mind means I could go in there and take out secrets you don't want me to have.
Okay.
Thought is something you focus on. So I read it through the nonverbal process. I read it through tone of voice. It's not supernatural and it's not psychic. I don't use those words at all.
Okay, and before we get into your very unique talents, a little bit about the event coming up. 35 vendors from around the New England area are going to be there. Lots of chocolate, lots of samples, something for the whole family. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to be there throughout the day having a couple of shows, and the show is called Mind Games.
Right.
So what exactly is a mind game?
Okay, well,
Maybe
Mind Games was on Broadway. We were at the Sydney Opera House. It is entertaining the audience with their own thoughts. I'm an expert in nonverbal communication. A lot of it deals with me reading people. Never embarrassing. It's a family show. I mean, we've been on Broadway a number of times, and the shows are always different because the audience really is what entertains me.
All right. Well, can you give me an example?
Well, if well, let's begin with something simple, and that, you know, one of the first things I taught my son, and just I know time to, but people could.
You have something going on over there, Marc.
Well, no, actually, okay. I simply have numbers here, okay? And if I were to say, think of a number 1 to 4, have you got it?
Yes.
Okay. And on the next sheet, and I didn't do it right here, I'd say all geniuses think of 3.
Okay.
What do you think of?
2.
Okay. It doesn't mean you're not genius. But most people pick 3 because I say pick a number 1, 2, 4. And I've already used the word 2. So the mind abhors a vacuum. But we'll try some tougher stuff with you in a minute. By the way, this is something I taught a 7-year-old, so don't feel bad about it.
Good enough.
But it kind of shows how the mind fills blanks and sorts of things. Your staff and others brought some books. Grab one book. These were previous authors who were on your show.
All right, let's see.
Okay, and you've got...
Awakening to Your Life's Purpose.
Awakening to... Okay, first thing I want you to do is say stop at any point.
Stop.
Okay? Look at the first 3 words on the first line. Have you got that?
Yes.
Okay, they're all different, I must assume.
Correct.
Okay. Pick one of the words.
Okay.
Now focus on the first letter of that word.
Okay.
Now I'm looking for nonverbal responses. I'm just going to run through the alphabet and give me no verbal response or physical response that you know of. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You're thinking of the first letter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. P is the first letter?
P was the first letter.
Yeah, okay.
The word was past.
Okay, all right.
How did you do that?
Okay. Now, in that case, you did happen to blink your eyes longest and move your face forward.
I did. I didn't want. I didn't mean to.
No. Unless you're pathological.
Okay.
There's always information that's being given off. That's why I do work with Actor Studio, and once Eli Wallach said, could I tell if Marlon Brando was lying? And the simple answer is no, because Brando he's like Christian Bale. They become the people who they're acting, and therefore to them it's not a lie. They are those people.
Well, let me ask you that when we're talking about lying. Are there any telltale signs?
Yes. Now with Valentine's Day around, you know, how do you tell that somebody is telling you the truth, or if they're lying, or if they're giving you the come on? One thing that if somebody talks to you staring you directly in the eyes, your mom probably said that's the way to tell the truth. It's not. Unless they really feel passionately about you. But most of the time we look away. We look away. Sideward glances really are far more telling in terms of making some romantic connection. Going like this is oftentimes
touching your
sign,
face.
yeah.
Okay.
A sign of at least covering something up. Bill Clinton was well known for not wanting to lie, but having to lie under certain circumstances, and he would say no. So his head would go up and down, and then, you know, he wanted to say no. While George Bush would blink his eyes rapidly when he was lying. Everybody has what poker players, which I don't play, would call a tell. Something that they give off, but we really have to think of it as a packet of signals. It's not just one thing. Now, the show is not a lecture. The show is an entertainment for the full family. It's just I use these techniques in the show.
Sure. Now, how did you realize this was a talent of yours?
My dad was this way. I love the mind. To me, it's the playground of the world. That's why the show's Mind Games, and I'm a purveyor of mind games because I like amusement parks.
All right, now I got to ask you this. So you told me to write something down on a piece of paper.
Okay. Well, actually, I was specific. I said the first person you kissed.
First person I kissed.
figured since we're chocolate does so much with the emotions. It makes changes in people.
Okay.
It really does. It's very close to body temperature, you know, when it melts. I mean, so I figured romance is in the air.
Okay,
This
fair
may not
enough,
have been a
Mark.
romantic thing. Again, it could have been a parent. It could have been an aunt. I don't know. Let's just play a little bit with this. Okay. Just see the first letter. Say nothing aloud. A, B, C, D, F, G. It's a B. Yes?
It's a B.
Okay. All right. Guessing, I'd have to say the second letter is a vowel. It's A, E, I, O, U. It's you.
No.
Oh, so it's the O.
Oh, this is weird. You know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, I'm just, again, making assumptions based on how I think. I have Bobby.
Well, I was in 5th grade, and that says Bobby.
Bobby was the first person she kissed.
Wow, that's incredible.
Bobby's our dog. Wait a minute.
It wasn't your
No,
dog,
no,
Mark.
no.
This is incredible
No,
stuff.
Sammy's our dog.
We're just about out of time, but you're going to be up in Norwalk at the Maritime Center for the World Chocolate Expo. It is happening on January 26th, 10 to 7. You have a couple shows there?
Yeah, throughout the day, we're doing, you know, like 30, 40-minute shows. So anytime people come, they'll be able to see the show and bring the family because it is family stuff.
Yeah, and again, the website there is maritimeaquarium.org. Mark, I have goosebumps. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day.
Well, frame that.
All right, very good. Coming up next, Sarah Barros is making a name for herself on the music scene. She'll perform right after the break. We'll be right back.